All right, welcome back. Based on some really good feedback I received on Reddit, I wanted to update this video. So here we are. You'll see I've changed the look a little bit. I'm still trying to perfect the way I present these videos. I want to have as little wasted space as possible. And I'm playing on PC now. So I'm using Facebook Game Room, and then I've created these guides. I saw, I think it was Zachary Jones. I think it's the Golf Clash Notebook app on Android. It has these pretty cool guides. So instead of having to use the hit shot or whatever it's called button, I just have this guide here, and then I've also got one that kind of shows me north for the wind. So for that hole, I used a gear ball because I wanted a little more wind resistance than the ghost ball. Nothing changed here for this hole from the first playthrough. This is just going to be another rough bump. It's working really well for me playing the rough bump. And I'll use a lot of kingmakers in this tournament. I'm a big fan of kingmakers. I just think they are the ideal ball for most situations, unless I need a little more power, which happens, I think, on 2 or 3 holes where I actually need to go to power 5 or power 4 ball. But on this hole, the kingmaker is perfect. The rough bump, I'm just playing it at 0%, hit it perfect. And then the nice thing about reviewing these replays for me is I get to see just minor little adjustments that I need to make, because for my qualifying round here, or whatever round this is called, the one before the weekend, I shot a 25 under, which is fine. I'm going to qualify, but for the weekend it's going to have to be a little bit better. I have to sink some shots like that. So this was based on some great feedback. I switched from the extra mile to the quarterback because the quarterback, especially at level 9, what I have it at, has more than enough distance to make this shot, but look how forgiving it is in terms of accuracy. So I make my adjustment here. The only thing I would have done a little different is maybe added just a tiny bit of curl, but it's really unnecessary. I hit it perfect and put it right where I want to. So for that shot, it's just all about minimizing risk. I mean, extra mile works, but if you don't hit it perfect, you put yourself in a really bad spot, like you saw in my last video where I ended up in the trap. And on this one, that's perfect. That's right where I need to be. So I give myself a chance for the albatross here. It's nice that I'm at max distance with the sniper. Again, extra mile, I'm playing 10%, not the 15, because I use Caddy app on my iPad when I'm playing to get my rings, and I can't really adjust 15%. So I just went with 10%. You'll see here, this is actually ended up being a very close shot. So I think 10% is pretty good, just based on where I landed it here. I may make like a tiny little adjustment. I do not make the albatross, but I get it nice and close for an easy eagle. And some of these holes you just have, excuse me, some of these holes you're just going to absolutely have to eagle. And this is one of them. I think hole 1, you have to eagle. Here at hole 3, all the par 5s are absolute eagles. And hole number 1, the par 4, is an absolute eagle. So just keep that in mind when you're playing. So I figured this hole out. Hole number 4 gave me a lot of trouble the first time. Again, I went with the gear ball because I wanted a little more wind resistance. I wish I had a little more side spin, but that's okay. Pay attention to where the orange is though. So I gave myself, this is again based on great feedback from Reddit, I gave myself a little bit of wiggle room for air. So just in case I don't hit it perfect, I can still hit it great and not be in the water or be in trouble. So I did that. So the key here is max curl with my extra mile 6, which is not a lot of curl, but it's just enough. So based on that placement and having a kingmaker using the extra mile, that's the shot. That's the shot that I want right there. That's perfect. I couldn't ask for better. And it actually sets me up for a, this is another real good eagle opportunity on this tournament here, because look, I've got a wedge here. And the mistake that I make is, at least I think, is I didn't do any actual real calculation adjustments. And you'll notice a theme here that I kind of get myself in trouble when I don't do that, because I'm max distance here. So I think I should have taken just a little bit longer, make my ring adjustments like I would any other shot. You'll see this is super close. I mean, I wasn't far off, but I think if I would have taken just a little bit longer, made some ring adjustments, I could have given myself a real chance for an eagle there, and that would have helped out. Nothing's changing on this shot. This shot's still 20% downhill using my sniper, level 8. And you know, the ball guide is a little bit compressed because of how, you know, I got the tailwind and I'm downhill. So you'll see it looks like I'm gonna fall quite short here. I'm actually not. It's gonna be very close. And I think for this one, if anything else, I need to aim just a tiny bit more to the right here. And I got a real shot at a hole-in-one. I don't get the hole-in-one here, but it's really, really close. So just a tiny bit more to the right. If I had aimed that way, I could have, excuse me, man, something in my throat today. I apologize. Yeah, I think I would have given myself a real chance for a hole-in-one, which again, to really do well this weekend, you're going to have to land, you know, an additional eagle on one of the par 4s, or you're going to have to get an albatross on one of the par 5s. You're going to have to get a hole-in-one. You're just going to have to do that at least once per 9, and then that'll give you a chance at maybe a top 10, I think, winner. And the expert bracket is probably going to be 30 under or so. But the best I was seeing in the bracket today, where I played, where I got a 25, the best I saw was a 28, and I should have had 26. I made a mistake. I'm not going to show that because at this point I'm just trying to use this as a good guide for my weekend round to make sure I've got everything dialed in. I know exactly what ball, exactly what club, exactly the wind, all that good stuff. This hole I should have applied more forward spin. I mean, it's not a huge mistake. Quarterback's still the right club. I could have given it a little more forward spin and given myself a slightly closer shot there, but it's okay. I'm still in a good spot here. Got it at max distance, so my adjustments should be right on. And if you'll remember on my first video, I actually got the albatross on this hole, which was terrific with a shot just like this one. I can't quite pull it off again here, but it's very close. So that I'm a big believer on this hole to play the right side. I don't see the advantage on playing the left, especially if you have a sniper. I think playing the right nice and safe, and then taking a real shot out of air with a sniper, minus 10% wind adjustment is the play. And you'll see, I mean, this thing just inches right by. So I think just make a few little minor adjustments and I'll be in a good spot with that. Either way, that's a very easy eagle, and you have to get an eagle on hole 6. All right, hole 7. More really good feedback. Instead of playing the extra mile and putting myself in danger, I'm playing the quarterback because it's just enough distance to be fine. So quarterback, yeah, I kind of did something weird here. So I made the adjustments, and that would have been fine where it was going to land there. That would have been great, no problem. But I decided I'm gonna make the adjustments, but I wanted a little more distance. So I tried to go back to my original thing, push it up a little bit. It worked out, but I'm not sure that was necessary, at least not that much. You'll see I hit it great, which is not good, but it actually worked out well because so that was perfect, the distance, and then, so it's a perfect shot. I think the little extra adjustment at the end was probably unnecessary. And so that sets me up with a thorn shot. I think if you don't get that distance, you're not quite in thorn range. Instead of the backbone, I think the Saturn with all the backspin is probably the better club. But I'm within thorn range, even though I'm not going to use full backspin. You know, I've got a real chance to sink this, and that's what I've noticed on a lot of these holes on par 4. If you put it in the fairway on your drive, which seems to be the tough part, you really give yourself a chance to make some shots. You just got to make them. And again, I'm just going to look at this, and there are a few little minor adjustments I could have made here. I mean, this ball just lands just maybe a yard from the hole. So just a tiny adjustment here, and I'll, have a real chance to make that. And again, to do well this weekend, you got to make some of those. Nothing changes on this par 3 here. You'll see where I put the marker. I want to play it safe here, so I try and make it where the entire circle is on the fairway there. And then what I need to do is aim quite a bit more to the right. So I'm playing 1-to-1 at 0%, right? So it's not quite, I don't think it's quite max distance. So you'll see me go, about 8.5 or so. I need to aim, I think I even heard Golf Clash Tommy talk about aiming 3 boxes or so to the right of the pin on this hole. And you'll see this thing is going to be just the right distance, but it's going to go way too much to the left. So that looks like about 3.5 boxes too much to the left. So if I adjust for that, aim about 3.5 boxes to the right, should be in good shape. Hole 9, you saw me play it to the right last time. I watched Tommy do his expert qualifier, and with the wind, he was making a good point that left is the play. I just took the extra mile here. There's not a lot of room for error. My mistake on the first time, this is the second 9 for this hole. All the other shots were on my first 9. This shot was on the second 9. I played a power 5 ball on this shot the first time, and I went to the water. So I brought it back to a Kingmaker, and that worked out well. I think when I play it next time, I will use a power 4 ball. I think that'll be the sweet spot. I think that'll get me a little bit further, but this is fine. I'm at max distance of the sniper, and I can reach, and I actually put it really close here again too. But I think a power 4 ball, this one makes me a little nervous because I do need the extra mile for the distance to go to the left, so I have to hit it perfect, which is a little, with the extra mile, if you don't, you're in trouble. But I managed to do that, so I was fine. And then if you're on the fairway here, you can reach with the sniper if you go to the left. I mean, you see I even kind of rolled up a little bit. Unfortunately, I hit it great, but it was still fine. I'm not trying to do the rough bump. I've seen too many people miss that and go flying into the rough. I would rather just play it just like that. That's an easy eagle. And that's it. I just wanted to update this. I wanted to have a little bit of a better reference for myself for the weekend and incorporate all the great feedback that I got. So if you do like this video, I hate to ask this, but if you like it, do me a favor, subscribe or hit the like button or leave a comment or something. That means a lot. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck. Good luck in your rounds this weekend. Leave a comment. Let me know how you guys did.